I'm Yvonne, your marriage and divorce coach here at Black Swan Relationship Academy. And today, we're going to talk about you. We're just going to have a chat today, a chat about you, how you really are, what is happening in your life. And today I want to ask you, how are you doing? How is it? How are you coping? How are you coming to terms with being on your own? If you were the one that left the marriage, how are you handling it? Did it happen a few years ago, or was it just a few weeks? How are you coping? If it was something that you didn't seek and you find yourself waking up in a bed on your own where you're used to having your partner beside you and you're now on your own, how are you coping? How are you coping where you've decided to yourself, I've been single for long enough, the divorce has finally come through and I want to go back out there on the market? How are you handling being on your own? How are you handling the dating life? Have you decided, you know what, I'm going to dip my toe in now and see where that takes me? That's what we're going to just have a talk about today. There's no script. We're just going to talk. And I just want you to, come back to me. Let me know, because either way, I'm interested to know how you are. Because you know what? I've been there. I know what it's like when you've invested in someone. You've invested in, something called marriage. And when you were at the altar and you said, we're going to love and take care of each other for the rest of our lives, and this was not in your vision of what you wanted life to be. At no point at all did you see divorce in it. At no time at all did you see separation in it. But yet still here you are, and you're going through the pain and the hurt and all that comes with, because you are somewhere where you didn't see yourself being. You thought that separation or divorce was for other people because they didn't have a stronger relationship as yours. Their marriage wasn't as solid as your one, but nonetheless here you are. And it is no fault of your own. You did the very best that you could do, and yet you found yourself at this place. You're waking up again on your own, and there doesn't seem to be anywhere else you can go. And right now what you're wanting is for that pain to stop. You're wanting to get off this wheel and to get your life going again, but you just don't know how, because you're so heavy laden with pain. Everything that you do, you wake up in the morning and you paint your face, and you paint on your smile, and you're ready to face the world out there. And when you go out there into the world, you don't want anyone to know how you're actually feeling. What you're doing is you're going through the motion. You get on with your life, and the sad thing about it is, and this is what I found that I was doing a really great job and nobody knew what was happening with me. I was handling it really well, but the truth of the matter is I wasn't handling it at all. And I don't believe anyone who's going through such a trauma is handling the trauma. We're doing the very best we can. And we think because we paint that smile on, and because we put on our pretty dress, and we're in our power suit, and we're going off to work, and we're doing all the things we're supposed to do, and when we come home at night, we spend our time eating, or we spend our time wallowing, we spend our time wondering, where did I go wrong? What did I do? If I had done this, and we do the blame game, and we continue to do the blame game, and we heap upon everything that happened on ourselves, and we take full responsibility of it. And guess what? There comes a time when that weight that is so heavy on you, there has to be an explosion. So before you get there, what I'm asking you to do is to stop. Stop whatever it is you're telling yourself right now. Stop painting the smile on. It is okay to cry. and let your closest friend, and when I say your closest friend, all of us have someone in our wheelhouse that we can trust. There is somebody there that we can talk to let them know what is truly going on with us. And just by letting somebody know, that in itself helps to alleviate some of the pain. It's almost like when they let you speak and you finish speaking, you take a breath. It's almost like there's a sigh of relief because somebody else has heard what is going on with me, and it's not just me on my own that's going through this. And we all need someone in our corner. There is a reason why Jesus sent the disciples out 2 by 2, because guess what? We all need somebody in our wheelhouse when something goes extremely wrong and we don't know how to fix it. We can't see a way of bringing the change about that we thought. When the divorce was first mentioned, or when you decided, you know what, I can't do this anymore, and you left, somewhere in the back of our minds we thought, they'll come back. They need me because I am this, I am that, I do everything for them. And guess what? They showed up, yes. But it was to take the children out, to, oh, can you do this because the mortgage and the whatever, you saw them and they appeared to be getting on with their lives and they appeared to be doing. That then made things even worse for you because you think they're getting on, why am I not getting on? Why should their lives go on? And then we go off on another tangent, and in our heads we imagine all manner of things happening to them, and you really want to kick and scream and shout, but convention says that you don't do that. So what do? We sit, we eat another packet of crisp, we say, you know what, I'm going to show him, I'm going to show them. So we lose weight and we go to the gym and we're looking fine and we're looking good and we're getting on, and we're attracting people, and people are looking at us, and people are saying, oh, how lovely is this person. And guess what? We have a few skirmishes, we have a few dalliance, and we think, yeah, that makes you feel better at that time, because all you're doing is, it's like a man that's thirsty for water and he has a drink, and that first drink that you take, it is awesome, it is great, but guess what? That one drink is not going to satisfy you. So what do? You have a few more, and then in having the few more, all that is happening is your self-worth becomes even lower, because in those dalliance, nothing lasted, nothing stopped. It was just for a few weeks, and all you did was just got your groove on for a couple of weeks, and now you're back where you started from. Now you've added that pain on top of the one that you're already going through, and you're even further lost than you were before. And now, how do you begin to right that which is wrong? The first thing that I can tell you is, I was fortunate enough that at the time when all of this was going on with me, I was in a great church. So I had a pastor who I could go to and talk to. And when you're speaking to a woman of God and all she's coming at you with is the word, there are times when I wanted to scream at her and say, are you not listening to me? Are you not hearing? This is what he did. But you know what? She wasn't interested in the what he did. She wanted to know, okay, so what did you do? What was your role in this? Because you know what? It takes two to tango. And it also takes two to build, it takes two to destroy. And in the destroying of what happened, both have an equal part to play in it. And what we focus on is what the other do and not look at self. So in this time, what I would like you to do is to stop what you're doing and look at you and ask yourself that hard question. What was my role in this? How did I handle the situation? What could I have done differently? And when you've asked yourself that question, it would be great if you too have a pastor that you could speak to. If you don't have a pastor that you could speak to, then who is that friend? Who is that voice of wisdom that you go to and listen to? And when they speak, you know that they are telling you as it is. They're not going to sugarcoat it for you. They're not going to make it seem that everything in the garden was roses. He's the monster, you're the angel, and everything is all right, because that's not the situation. You don't want someone who's going to lead you, give you a false sense of security. You want someone who is going to tell it to you as it is, and the person's also going to be there to help you navigate your way to becoming whole again. Because if you allow God, what he will do is he will repair that broken heart so that you can love again. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen in a week. It took me years to be able to love again. It took the longest while. Whenever I was having a conversation with someone and his name was mentioned, the hairs on the back of my neck would stand up, and all the animosity and all that would come back again, and I would just retreat into self, because I didn't know what to do and I didn't know how to handle the situation. But I had someone who had the voice of wisdom, who had the voice of reason, and was able to enable me by sitting with God, by looking at his word, understanding what she's saying, look inside and look at me and see how this happened. This was my part in it. Okay, so how do I change that for when the situation or when I find myself in another relationship again? Am I going to make those same mistakes, or will I have learned from what it is I've done? It is difficult for us to, when something has gone wrong, for us to want to apportion blame to self. I'm not saying you blame yourself and say, oh, it was all me. No, it wasn't. The blame is shared equally. Each have a part to play in it. What I want you to do is to stop putting the blame on him. Stop thinking it was his fault and start looking at you, and not just at you, but look at, okay, what could I have done differently when this situation arose? When I realized that he was looking at his phone, and if I said, oh, is that who are you speaking to? And he held the phone tight to him, or lend me your phone for a second, and he would grab the phone away from wherever it was. There was a red flag there, but what I chose to do is to, not only did I ignore it, but when it continued happening, I let it continue happen, and then finally the argument would start, because I would then come with my own interpretation of what was going on. And a lot of times it is we have selective hearing, we have selective understanding, and we don't quite understand what is going on. So it is easier to say this is happening or that is happening, when really this isn't it. But what we need to do is to address the situation, and that can only happen when we realize, okay, he's doing this, what is the reason? And not just what is the reason, but what is going on in the bigger picture. What am I not getting? What am I not missing? What am I missing? And what I want you to do is to understand, you know what, I am here, but this is not a place of, because I'm divorced, I'm not dead, I am still alive. Because I'm separated, it means that this is how my life is going to be forever. I'm perpetually going to be in pain. I'm perpetually going to be roaming around on my own. There isn't anyone else out there for me. And, this lump that I've got in my chest does not want to go. It will go. Trust me on that. Believe me when I tell you that it will go. As I said, it's not going to happen overnight. It is going to take time. The best thing that you can do right now is take care of self. If you have little ones with you, whether they're toddlers, teenagers, or grown adults, whoever they are, you have got to be mother to them. But in being mother to them, you've got to take time for you. You've got to take time to have that time on your own where you just want to cry your tears, because guess what? It is relieving the pent-up aggression that you've got inside. Cry your tears. Not only are you, do you have permission to cry, you have permission, if you're in the house on your own and something else has gone wrong, you have permission to shout. Go ahead and shout. Relieve the tension that is in you. Then once you've done that, you know what? Take a breath. Breathe in and out through your mouth. If that you find isn't working, put your hand on your chest. Find the rhythm of the beat of your heart and breathe in and breathe out. Do that 7 times. When you feel yourself calming down, then let's go again. And keep doing that until you when you hear the person's name, it doesn't stress you. When he comes to take the children out and looking oh so fine, you don't go and wallow. You breathe and you get on with what it is that you've got to do. Work on loving you. Today, I'm going to say something to you. I'm going to give you permission to laugh and truly laugh. I'm also going to give you permission that when your friend, and I mean your friend, not somebody who takes your business and tell the world, but somebody who you know is your vault and who is your closest ally, tell them what is going on. Let them know truthfully how you're feeling. Let them know what you did. And once you have spoken and done that, that then helps you to begin to turn your life around. Once you have looked in and see, okay, how could I have done this differently? What else could I have done? What was my role in this? Because this didn't break on its own. It took the 2 of us to break it. Today, you're just looking at you. Don't worry yourself about what he's doing. Don't belittle him on social media. Don't do all the things that we want to do. We want everyone to know what a rubbish person he was, because you know what? You must also remember, you have little children. You have children. Even if you don't have any children and it was just the 2 of you, you know his friends and his friends know you. Do you want to be that person that belittles or follow their husband on social media, and you know, if you see a picture of him with somebody else, then you go, you know, stir crazy? Do you want that to be said of you? Because guess what? All of us know that person, and we don't want to be her. We must remember that above everything else, we're high valued feminine women. And if never a time as this is the time that you need to show the world, I am still feminine, I'm still high valued. The fact that I might be standing here on my own is a testament to the work that God is doing on the inside of me. He's building me up. He's making my life whole again in order for me to love again. Because guess what? There is somebody who's going to come into your life. There is somebody that is going to be your ideal man. There is somebody who's going to love you the way that no one else can. There is someone out there who is going to see how high value you are, who is going to want to take care of you. But all of that can only happen when you give yourself permission to love you. Nobody else can do it but you. You may be down today, but you're not out. And the word says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And guess what? Each and every one of us has a morning that is coming to us. We have a morning where the world is going to look completely different. There is a day coming where we will stop, whether it's look at a waterfall, whether it's look at God's creation, whether it's seeing the most fabulous sunset from where you are. And when you see that, then you know what? Today is a good day. And that's the day that you begin to turn your life around, because you stop and look at something different and not at what was going on around you. Right now, you may be feeling down and out, But trust me when I tell you, you're down only for a moment, but there is a day coming where you will arise, shine, because the word says that his light has come and the glory of the Lord will indeed be upon you. So today, I'm hoping that what I've said has given you some encouragement in how you can handle starting to live again. And as I said earlier, that message me and let's see if we can do a discovery call together so that we can work out how you can best get over this, because you will get over it. Truly, you will get over it. You will become whole again. If what I've said has resonated with you, then if you haven't already, do subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. Let's speak again next Saturday. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.